there's an example right now with Elon Musk trying to take over Twitter, and it sounds like his motive to do that is to uh, make Twitter more free speech friendly,
Hmm. Yeah.
from what I understand in the news. So we'll
Yeah,
see how that plays out.
I haven't followed that too close, but I do know that he became like the largest shareholder, and then yeah, there's some kind of effort on his part.
Yeah.
And that gets into the conspiratorial realm. People start freaking out, and X, Y, and Z is happening. But yeah, what do you think of Elon Musk actually? Are you a fan?
Yeah, he's. I mean, I know that there are people that criticize him, for taking like government contracts and building successful companies off of in part by receiving help from government. There's like electric car subsidies or whatever, and then you know rocket contracts and whatnot. I'm a huge fan of him, though. I think he's like a brilliant innovator. From what it sounds like, he grasps concepts very quickly, and he like digs in deep and like forms a solid understanding of them.
Yeah,
He's still a person, so he's not perfect. He does some wacky things, and I'm sure when you have that much success and money and power, like that can have an effect on somebody too.
sure.
As people treat you differently, and you're always like in the news, whether you want to be or not. But yeah, and I think it's also inspiring that like his primary motives are to advance humanity, to be more sustainable, to become like a multi-planetary species, be able to colonize Mars and increase our long-term chances for survival.
Hmm.
I think all that is yeah, just inspiring. And then the fact, like, he has this ton of money, but from what it sounds like, he doesn't own any houses. He just rents like some tiny little house that he
Yeah, that's new though.
yeah, yeah,
He used to have a lot.
yeah. I guess he's had a ton of money for so long. He's done all that, like been there, done that. But yeah, I'm glad there's people like him in the world. There probably should be more.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of Elon Musk for a lot of reasons. Um, Not the least of which is, we sort of talked about the American dream a little bit last week. To me, like that sort of is the American dream. He's an immigrant. He was South African born. Came to this country, and I think I've said before that like if you're entrepreneurial minded and you want to try to do these things, like I want you to have every resource available for you to try to do that. And maybe you'll be successful and maybe you're not. Maybe you'll crash and burn. Maybe you'll be Elon Musk, like if you have that whatever that gene is in your system that you want to try to disrupt existing status quos and push the boundaries of technology. I mean, that is good for humanity in my estimation. We all benefit. We all benefit by uh, making technological achievements and having companies come into different spaces and disrupt what's going on and producing a product. And maybe it's good, maybe it's bad, but like that chaotic process is very beneficial to the consumer. And then my view is, if you strike out like that and you're successful, like I don't have a problem with him being however many billions he's worth. I mean, if it works, then it works. Um, and like you said, I mean, he seems to be somebody that wants to continually push. He started all these different companies and trying to do all these different things. And I mean, I agree. I want more people like him in the world. I want people to be equipped to take those kind of chances on just on the off chance that they're successful. It's almost like a selfish thing, even. Like I want better products in the marketplace. I want cheaper prices. I want and those things come from disruptors entering the marketplace and challenging the existing norms and moving the needle in some direction. Maybe it works and maybe it doesn't. So I hope he continues doing those things. And sort of he is who he is. He's sort of outlandish at times. Maybe he says stupid things at times, but I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah, Yeah, I think it's important too, like when you have a company or person so successful and earns so much money, or has generated so much wealth that that we still have protections in place where the market remains free and open. Like, so like protections against oligarchy
Mm,
or, kleptocracy or whatever, where, wealth gets concentrated and maybe originally it's from, great success and contributions. And then, that wealth is used in nefarious ways, like to corrupt, uh, you know, political policy
politicians,
or
yeah.
yeah, like so for self-serving ends. I guess again, instruments becoming institutions.
Hmm.
Um, so I think like when one of our themes is what is the proper role of government. I think that's a huge piece is to ensure that we continue having a free market and continue having the opening for innovation and competition.
Hmm.
Not to say that Elon Musk or anyone else that's super successful is trying to act nefariously. Just that when there's a concentration of wealth to that degree, that there are safeguards in place.
I think a lot of people get upset about, and maybe nervous, and maybe rightfully so, about such large wealth discrepancies and having so much of it concentrated in a single place. Um, yeah, it can certainly open up dangerous doors. I think I said last week, the enemy to capitalism is capitalists, and it was an
Uh,
exact example. If you are worth $100 billion, it might be easy to purchase a politician in some way, and maybe that's bad for the market. So it's the free market to me is it's like an idea that you want to try to protect, but it's oftentimes difficult in practice, because power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, like that old adage. It's a difficult concept, but yeah, in general, I love to see people innovating. I mean, it's been a wild ride watching what he's done over the past couple decades, um, and more to come.
yeah.